Hi, fourth graders. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for math today. Today we're going to be creating a frequency table and also a line plot. This is something that you probably learned around Christmas time, but if you don't remember, a frequency table is a way to organize data by displaying scores or numbers in order with their frequencies, which is how many times they occur. A frequency table is just a way to take information and make it easier for our brains to read and understand. Below are the scores that fourth grade students scored on a science test. So if you look at these scores right now, they're all out of order. We really don't know how many there are or how many times each score occurs. And so that's why we're going to create a frequency table, which is shown below. So we're just going to take the information that's above and we're going to put in order. So first I took the percentages and I'm going to start placing them in order. I've done some of them for you. So the lowest score was an 88, and then I had some 89s, and then look, do I have any 90s? I have some 91%. Think about what would come after. It would be 92, and make sure there is 92 up there. If there's not, then it would skip to a 93%. So if I don't have a percentage up there, I don't need to put it in my frequency table. And then continue on until you have filled it up. You will just mark tallies for how many times you see that. The way that I chose to look at this is I started here and I knew that 88 was my lowest percentage. And so I found all the 88s and I highlighted one and I went through my finger vertically and looked for more 88s. There was another, and you can see I found one here. And then again at the very end. That's a way for my brain to go through these numbers and make sure I've used them all. The next one would be 89%. So why don't you look through and see, just like I did vertically, until you find all of the 89 percentages. I'm going to ask you to pause this video, fill in the blanks either by redrawing this on a piece of paper. Maybe you could print this paper off and fill in the blanks yourself, but fill in the percentages first, and then think about how many tallies would lie next to that percentage. Remember, just like I said, if the percentage is not up here, like a 92%, you don't need to put it in your chart. You can just skip to the next percentage that's there. Now that you have thought about or actually created your own frequency table, this is what your frequency table should have looked like. So you can see I had 4 88%, I had 6 89%, 3 90s, 1 91, 2 93s, remember there was not a 92%, 2 94s, 3 95s, it looks like there was nobody who got a 96%, 4 97s, and then 3 98s. Sometimes I think after I do the tallies, it's the easiest to write the actual number. It's just an easier way for my brain to place the information in my head in order to read it best. Okay, now that we've created a frequency table, we're going to create a line plot. And a line plot is just an easier way to read the information that we can see how it compares to, in this case, the percentages next to it. So before we create a line plot, we need to make a title. And I'm thinking that the title should just be Science Test Scores. You can see below, it already has been labeled percentage students received on the test. So that's where my percentages are going to go. I'm just going to go in order of percentages, some of which will have no lines or X's above it because there wasn't one. But I'm going to start placing the data in the chart. So my lowest was 88, 89, 90, 91, 92%, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. Okay, differently than how we made the frequency table, I actually did go ahead and place all of the percentages in order, like this 92 and the 96. Even though I didn't have anybody that scored those percentages, it's nice to see it on a graph to understand that nobody scored those in case we have to answer questions about that later. So the difference between putting tallies or a number when it comes to a line plot is we're just going to put X's by those. So when we look at the 88%, there were 4 people that had 88%. So I'm just going to put 4 X's. On 89, I had 6. So I'm going to put 6 X's. And I'm going to make sure to try to line them up because these 4s should be even, kind of like a bar graph too. 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to let you pause this video and either take a piece of paper and redraw this out. You can go ahead and print this if you would like. Or if you can't do either of those things, just in your brain, why don't you look at the numbers in our frequency table and think about where the x's would be placed on your line plot. So go ahead and pause now, and tomorrow we're going to be answering questions about both the frequency table and the line plot. Thank you guys for joining us today. We miss you so much, and we're really excited to see you soon. Thank you for working hard over your break. We'll see you later.